Let's talk about work. Work to me is following money. You look at the world and how it's changing, where the money's going, and it expresses everything about jobs, whether they're available. And there's holidays that certain items are bought more often, and in particular, there are patterns of waves, riding the waves, surfing the waves of um, currencies. You can watch currencies and no currencies. Currencies, what you do when you look at a currency would be to determine the value of a currency is one, point in this would be that how many of the item that currency are available. So what's in circulation available for people to use is the currency, currency that can be um, printed off and inflationary because you can print it off over and over and increase the number of the currency out there, devaluing the currencies that are already in circulation by the amount that you increase it. That's the inflationary currency. Or you could find a currency that is deflationary, meaning that as it's being used, it uses up the currency and there's no available, allowable contract for any more of that currency to be created. And when you have a deflationary currency that burns quick and is unavailable to have in circulation, you have something of value. And the more people that are invested in that value, the more value there is in that uh, limited item, limited currency. And when they fluctuate, you have to see the patterns of fluctuations throughout the years, when things are happening. Like if you're in a cryptocurrency, you probably would have to follow Bitcoin. Along with Bitcoin, everything moves. As of right now, because most of the percentage of the value of the crypto industry is based in buying Bitcoin or Bitcoin funds. There's available Bitcoin funds through BlackRock now. Um, Countries are using volcanoes to mine Bitcoin. Some countries have gone to it being their main currency. Texas has one of the biggest mining. So you just keep following where the money is being invested by the bigger players. You can also go online and research through tables what the CEOs and major holders of stocks are doing in a particular time frame. Say Monsanto, or no, let's not use Monsanto. Let's use Moderna. Like Moderna came out during the Corona phase of needing shots and had the first shot available and looked like it was going to be, and people were investing in that company. But if you looked onto the what the CEO was doing, every time it made it to a certain mark on the chart as a high, he was selling his shares at that moment. So he was keeping the price down, possibly, in his sales, plus other people that knew and were realizing it through the graphs and representations on the internet that are available for you to do research and find out um, through clarity agreements of the stocks that they have to show what is going on in their company. The information, use that information to know, okay, well, I bought the shares at this price and he's about to sell again, the CEO and Moderna, so sell the Moderna now, right? Or you can even take, you see the market is surging, that particular stock that you've been watching or cryptocurrency that you've been watching, and always surges to a certain point at that point and gives you a percentage. Do you want to take uh, or need to take profit off of that to make profit for your year, or do you want to just hold on to it so you don't not pay any taxes at the end of the year for the fact that you just made some money? All those factors come in. You have to long term hold some stocks over a year so that you can keep from having to pay about 10 more percent because you short term invested and did shorting on the market. So there's also knowing stops. You can have stops on your trades, where you know it's going to go down, or see that the influences of the world are going to change the market. Like China had problems with their um, real estate market for a period of time, and have all these homes and develop cities really that don't even have people in them, but it's a mandatory thing for Chinese citizens to have and purchase from their company. But that this particular company has also um, invested in ties with our own real estate and how it will do, and whether or not there's a housing boom or market uh, bubble pop for for those in housing and reconstructions and hotels, motels, anything related. REIT fund related. REIT would be the real estate fund related thing. There is a benefit in holding REIT funds that you don't that you I think 90% of the profits that those REIT funds make must go back to the shareholders. And I think you also get a tax relief. I've forgotten about it. But in cryptocurrencies, we're watching a whole industry begin for banks that's faster, moving money for cheaper, happens faster in real time. So the available money's there. So you wanted to invest in something that the price was there now, and you had all your money at the bank over there. And it took a week for your check to come in so that you could deposit it in the bank, and 2-3 days in business days to get it into the bank, and then your call for the reason you moved your money in the first place is now progressed into a region where you've lost percentages knowing it was on its way up, but now it's already done half its climb in the time that you've had to move your money. Well, in cryptocurrency movement, you don't have time frames like that anymore. Between banks, they use CBDCs and convert them into the ledger being recorded cryptocurrency exchanges from wallet to wallet and contract to contract in smart contracts, digital contracts of money movement and agreement. And they can happen over seconds. You can move money into other countries in seconds. And you can put your money into cryptocurrencies that are deflationary. So your country has a terribly inflationary currency that just keeps dropping your value and increasing the costs of everything, and really cutting your dollar once you've earned it, even though you put it in savings to have it for a later date. So now you're able to invest that from your country on your phone through the digital market, through moving it from your bank to that cryptocurrency that's deflationary. Hold it, which Bitcoin is deflationary, but and you don't have to buy whole shares of things. That's the other thing. The perception. Well, that's 26,000 right now. Uh, at one time $80,000 a share thing. I can't buy that. I don't have $26,000 or $80,000 sitting around, so they perceive that they can't buy a partial share. Well, the number of Bitcoin that are out there in circulation aren't enough for everybody that if they wanted to hold an actual, you know, representation of their wealth on them could do, because you're all invested kind of like in a mutually owned uh, one or portion. But what was my point there? I guess I moved into the. My point is, there's a lot of ways to learn about how people are saving their money and starting LLCs to keep from having to pay certain taxes, having lots of write-offs, making themselves a company instead of working under their company name that's been given to them at birth with the Social Security, which taxes you different. So, in the case of work is energy, money is energy, and knowing where the money's going is probably the best investment you could do with your time. If you're if you're at a job just working for somebody else and really just barely getting by because you're in that inflationary dollar throughout your life, and paying day to day because you're so invested in all the different material things and luxurious items of the uh, water, different shampoos, different scents, different foods, different new pillow, a new candle, a new frame, a new thing that, and all those things are great boosts to the ego and feeling good, and it can be like a little dopamine pop off that helps you in life to feel good. So they have their uses. I've got plenty of them around. Skateboard. I have 8 skateboards or 9 skateboards. I don't know. I've got lots of skateboards around. I bought way more than I needed, and every time I had that new item, it made me feel good. And I also saw them as wands at the time, and I felt like I'd gotten rid of some of the wand representations and staffs and things that I carved and said that were my, you know, my 8 or 9 wands sitting around the house. And the 10th would be a stress or whatever. And with all the swords, I've got like swords here. I worry about the effects of the tarot and all the things that are in real life that are there. I have a sword there, a gifted sword there, knife up. I have a knife upstairs. All these knives that I use for bushcraft that I enjoyed doing woodwork with and carving with. And the health of my mind and my perceptions are all done on tarot cards and tarot readings and oracle, informing me about my spiritual needs and my powers and strengths, and also, life's abundance that you can believe you have, and also work toward and intuitively. Also, watching, if you are in crypto, every YouTube video has influence, and you can also find out what it through Coin Market Cap. All the cryptocurrencies are there. You can find out how many are in circulation. Read their white papers about the companies and what their projected goals are in the company and what they're doing now, and make your and reading a lot of that stuff. People don't find the value in having a second job, sit in the house and learn about money, or learn about how to use the money that they already have to make more money. So I think in my job description is not certified to be a financial advisor to anybody, but I think that that's the job that most interests me in my own efforts as someone that looks like they're doing nothing.